We've taken our soccer ball cake and we've covered it with fondant, and now we are ready to decorate it. So a cool little trick that I like is this soccer ball pan. You can actually use this to bake your cake in. However, I don't really like it much because it takes too long to bake. But I do use it for the decorating purposes, which makes it a whole lot easier. So what I do is, once I've covered my cake in the fondant, I basically just push the pan over it. I give it a little squeeze, and it gives me the starting point of my lines. What I like to do is actually use the top of the pan to cut out my cutouts for the soccer cake. So I'm just going to use black, and what I'm going to do is roll a piece of black fondant. And what I'm going to do is basically use this as my impression so I can start off my center. I'm just going to take my hand and I'm going to rub the fondant in. Now if you can see, what you get is the actual outline for the top square. And I'm just going to take my cutter, or you can use a regular knife, and I'm just going to cut that out. It may take one or more tries, but let's see what we get. Alright, and you just want to smoothen out the edges. Now what you want to do is just find the base of how this cake is running. So if I started on this edge, I know that this is here, and then the shorter piece is next to it. So I know that I have to line my cake up to one of the corners. So if I put it right about here, I'm not going to stick it on yet, just in case it doesn't line up. And what I'm going to do is just take this tool, and I'm going to use this to make all the indents in the cake. So we're going to just take this and indent the lines that are already here. All right, now that we've done that, you can see that based on this, for every corner, it's going to meet a tip. So we'll just want to move it over just a little bit so it lines up evenly with all sides of the tips. And then we're just going to bring that line down here, this one here, this one here, and this is your last one. Then what I usually like to do is I usually like to put some more black on alternating spaces. So if you're going to pick this one that comes up, you're going to put them on all of those spaces. So I'm going to roll out my fondant again, and you'll have to do this more than once in order to get all of the sides covered. And what I like to do is just basically, again, use the pan as my guide. I'm gonna pick the shorter one, and I'm just gonna mark it out. And I'm gonna cut it. And we'll smoothen it out just a little. And then we're gonna stick it right here. Now you don't have to worry that it doesn't meet the bottom because I have another little trick for covering that. Now that's done, we're ready to complete our soccer cake.